Have you ever stared into the abyss of your own existence and wondered, what's the point of it all? That raw and filtered question hit me like a thunderbolt while reading Irvin Yalom's Existential Psychotherapy. It's not just a book, it's a mirror reflecting the deepest fears and freedoms we all carry. If you are like me, navigating the chaos of modern life, feeling that nagging pull towards something more authentic, this might just be the spark you need. Today, I want to share my journey with Yalom's idea, weaving his profound wisdom and my own reflections. Whether you are a therapy enthusiast, a seeker of meaning, or just curious about what makes us human, stick around. Let's dive in together. First off, for those who haven't cracked open this gem yet, let me set the stage. Irvin Yalom is a renowned psychiatrist, professor emeritus at Stanford, and a masterful storyteller who has penned everything from novels like When Nature Wept to deeply personal works on therapy. Published in 1980, Existential Psychotherapy isn't your typical self-help manual or a rigid therapy blueprint. Spanning over 500 pages, it's a philosophical deep dive into the human condition, drawing from thinkers like Kierkegaard, Heidegger, and Sartre. Yalom argues that our psychological struggles aren't just about repressed desires, a la Freud, or interpersonal dynamics. Instead, they are rooted in the four ultimate concerns, inescapable givens of existence: death, freedom, isolation, and meaninglessness. These aren't abstract concepts, they are the bedrock of our anxiety, and facing them head-on can lead to profound growth. As Yalom puts it in the introduction, the existential dynamic conflict is thus the tension between our awareness of our absolute isolation and our wish for contact, for protection, our wish to be part of a larger whole. It's a call to awaken to life's raw truth. And trust me, it's both terrifying and liberating. What struck me first about Yalom's approach is its first principle lens, stripping away layers of excuse and defenses to reveal the core of our humanity. Unlike Freud's drive theory, which reduced everything to instincts like sex or aggression, Yalom traces our walls back to those existential givens. It's more penetrating because it doesn't let us hide behind childhood traumas or social pressures. It demands we confront reality as it is. But here's the catch. This clarity requires immense courage. As Yalom warns in his chapter on freedom, responsibility means authorship of one's own self, destiny, life predicament, feelings, and, if such be the case, one's own suffering. Responsibility is a deeply frightening insight. Frightening, yes, but in that fear lies the seed of true empowerment. Let's unpack these four concerns one by one, starting with death, the ultimate boundary that gives life its urgency. Yalom doesn't sugarcoat it. Death isn't just an end, it's woven into our existence. He critiques Freud for dismissing death anxiety as a mask for deeper fears like castration, and instead posits it as the mother of all anxieties. In the death chapter, he quotes Heidegger, "Death is the impossibility of further possibility." Yet, Yalom flips this into a positive force. Through the physicality of death destroys us, he writes, the idea of death saves us. Think about it. Awareness of our finitude can jolt us out of autopilot, pushing us to savor moments and pursue what truly matters. For me, this resonated during a low point when I was grappling with the loss. It forced me to ask, if time is limited, how do I want to spend it? It's not easy. Denial is our default defense, leading to pathologies like obsession or depression. But embracing it, that's where the magic happens, turning dread into vitality. Moving to freedom. Yalom restores us to the groundlessness of choice. No external blueprints dictates our path. We author our own story. This is where his perspective shines brighter than Freud's determinism. In today's world, where we are bombarded with options yet paralyzed by indecision. Yalom notes that the classical psychoneurotic syndromes have become a rarity. Today's patient has to cope with more freedom than with surprised drives. Freedom brings responsibility and with it, existential guilt, that gnawing regret for unlived potential. As he explains in the same chapter, one who fails to live as fully as one can experience a deep, powerful feeling which I refer to here as existential guilt. Existential guilt is a positive, constructive force, a guide calling oneself back to oneself. This hit home for me as a content creator. In my little corner of the internet, sharing stories on YouTube, I often feel that pull. Am I truly owning my narrative or hiding behind safe topics? Yalom's insight encourages us to lean into the dieselness of freedom, crafting meaning from the void. Isolation follows, a quieter but no less piercing concern. Even in our most intimate relationships, Yalom says, there's an unbridgeable gulf between self and other. No matter how close each of us becomes to another, he writes in the isolation section, there remains a final, unbridgeable gap. Each of us enters existence alone and must depart from it alone. This isn't about loneliness from bad relationships. It's existential, the price of individuality. Defenses like merging into others or conforming to crowds only mask it, often breeding codependency or emptiness. Yalom's therapy emphasizes building the capacity to confront solitude, fostering authentic connections without losing oneself. For someone like me who is trying to build a community online, this is a gentle reminder. True bonds come from facing our aloneness first, then reaching out with open hearts. Finally, meaninglessness. The cosmic shrug in a universe without building purpose. Yalom channels Camus' absurdity here. We are meaning-seeking creatures in a meaningless world, so we must create our own. If we must die, if we constitute our own world, if each is ultimately alone in an indifferent universe, then what meaning does life have? This existential dynamic conflict stems from the dilemma of meaning-seeking creature who is thrown into a universe that has no meaning. In the meaning chapter, he draws on Frankel's logotherapy, urging engagement through work, love, or attitude. This one stirs a spiritual chord in me. It's not about finding a grand cosmic script, but infusing everyday acts with a purpose. As a creator, my videos and writings are my way of building that bridge, connecting dots for others while solidating my own. What elevates Yalom beyond theory is his embodiment of it. In the final chapter, he asserts the therapist's most important tool is himself. Through this tool, the therapist and the patient establish a relationship. This line floored me. It's not just advice, it's Yalom's lived truth. His writing radiates a clear-eyed compassion, brave in his honesty, loving in its invitation to heal. He's not preaching from pedestal. He's walking the path, facing his own givens to guide others. This mirrors my aspiration to move beyond intellectual resonance into real-life practice. As I create content, sharing these ideas, I'm practicing that relational tool. Vulnerable, authentic, hoping to spark the same in you. So if Yalom's words stir something in you, pick up the book, no matter which version. What I read was a Chinese version, by the way. Just reflect on your own ultimate concerns. And remember, life is not about evading the abyss, but dancing on its edge. I'm Shan, based in Beijing, China. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's connect in this shared human journey. Thanks for watching. If this resonated, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.